Alright, how's it going? This story's called Battle for Kriegsmar IV. I wrote it, I don't know, probably took me like the day or something. It's like 30 minutes long. It's grimdark, it has space marines. What else? It's just really a quick battle scene. It's not long, there's not a lot of depth to it, there's not a lot of... I just wanted to make a quick little space marine fight scene and stuff, and I wanted to use some voices. I think I did a good job with the Mechanicus voices, the Tech Priest voice. And then the Space Marine commander sounds pretty good too. So if you enjoy it, like, subscribe, comment, all that crap. If you like what you hear and you want your story created, let me know in a comment. Thank you. Enjoy a Battle for Kriegsmar IV.
In the grim darkness of the 41st millennium, where war is eternal and peace a forgotten dream, the Imperium of man stands besieged by heretics, aliens, and demons. In the Perseus Arm, a sector ravaged by conflict and betrayal, lies the strategic planet of Kriegsmar IV. Here, the stage is set for a battle that would echo through the annals of the Imperium, a testament to valor and treachery alike. Aboard the flagship Imperator's Wrath, a leviathan of war that has seen centuries of battle, stands Magos Dominus Octavius, a Mechanicum tech priest of the Adeptus Mechanicus. His form, more machine than man, is a convergence of ancient technology and sacred rites. His eyes, now glowing augmetics, scan the endless data streams, analyzing, predicting, preparing. The command bridge, a cathedral of war, buzzes with the activity of servitors and officers, a symphony of war conducted by Octavius's mechanical precision. The space around Kriegsmar IV bristles with the might of the Imperium. The planet, a key strategic location, has fallen under the shadow of heresy, its once loyal governors turning against the Emperor's light. In response, the Imperium has mustered a formidable force. The renowned Space Marine chapter, the Celestial Lions, heralds of justice and vengeance, stand ready to reclaim the planet in the Emperor's name. Their chapter master, Leonatos Invictor, a paragon of the Astartes, bears the weight of this crusade. His armor, adorned with the heraldry of fallen brothers, serves as a stark reminder of the sacrifices to come. The Imperial Guard regiments, the Cadian 501st and the Valhallan 88th, famed for their steadfastness and valor, bolster the Imperial forces. Their ranks, filled with men and women whose resolve is as strong as ceramite, prepare for the descent onto the beleaguered world. The skies above will soon thunder with the engines of Valkyrie transports and Marauder bombers, ready to deliver the Emperor's wrath. As the Imperator's Wrath orbits Kriegsmar IV, Octavius interfaces with the ship's cogitators, his mind melding with the machine spirit.
All forces are in position, Chapter Master Leonatos.
He intones, his voice a symphony of human and machine.
The Celestial Lions, alongside the Cadian 501st and Valhallan 88th, stand ready. The traitors will know the Emperor's fury.
Leonatos Invictor, towering in his power armor, gazes upon the holographic displays, his eyes reflecting the fires of battle yet to come.
Today, we reclaim this world in the name of the Emperor. We will not falter. We will not fail.
He declares, his voice a bastion of resolve. The plan, codenamed Operation Solar Claw, is a multi-pronged assault. Space Marines will lead a direct assault on the planet's surface, targeting key heretical strongholds. The Imperial Guard will establish a beachhead, supporting the Astartes and securing vital supply lines. In the void, the Imperial fleet will engage the traitor forces, ensuring space superiority. But in the shadows of this war, intrigue and mystery lurk. Intelligence reports suggest that the heretics have unearthed ancient forbidden technologies, and whispers of dark pacts with entities beyond the veil of reality circulate amongst the ranks. The true extent of the treachery on Kriegsmar IV remains veiled, a riddle wrapped in a mystery shrouded by the fog of war. As the first rays of battle dawn upon Kriegsmar IV, Magos Dominus Octavius stands ready to direct the flow of information to Leonatos Invictor, his mechanical mind processing countless streams of data. The first scene of this epic battle is set to unfold, a tale of valor and betrayal, of blood and glory, in the eternal war that rages in the far reaches of the galaxy, in the name of the Emperor and the Imperium of man. Chapter 1. The Onslaught, the Descent into Chaos. In the impenetrable blackness of space, a formidable fleet of the Imperium, comprised of battle-hardened ships, cleaved through the void towards Kriegsmar IV. Aboard the Imperator's Wrath, the flagship leading this armada, Magos Dominus Octavius, a towering figure of metal and flesh, stood sentinel. His mechanical limbs, a marvel of the Adeptus Mechanicus, moved with precise, almost ritualistic motions as they interfaced with the ship's cogitator arrays.
Approaching the target planet.
Octavius's voice, an unsettling harmony of human timbre and mechanical resonance, boomed across the command deck.
Hostile forces detected in significant numbers. The heretics have fortified their position. Chapter Master Leonatos.
Chapter Master Leonatos. Invictor, leader of the Celestial Lions, his armor a testament to battles won and brothers lost, gazed upon the holographic display. The planet below, a maelstrom of conflict and betrayal, awaited their righteous fury.
We shall cleanse Kriegsmar IV of this heresy, Octavius. For the Emperor.
He declared, his voice a bastion of unwavering conviction, the first barrage. As the fleet neared orbital range, a sense of impending doom hung heavy in the void. Octavius, his augmetic eyes scanning the myriad streams of data, initiated the first phase of the assault.
Commencing initial barrage. Targeting enemy fleet and orbital defenses.
The Imperial fleet, a leviathan of war and wrath, unleashed a thunderous salvo. Beams of incandescent energy and volleys of macrocannon fire tore through the darkness, a storm of destruction unleashed upon the traitorous ships. The void lit up with the brilliance of exploding reactors and disintegrating hulls, a macabre light show against the backdrop of the cosmos. Octavius observed the destruction with cold detachment.
Initial barrage successful. Enemy shields are faltering. Their fleet is in disarray.
The smell of ozone filled the air, a tangible reminder of the raw power at the Imperium's command. Leonatos watched the onslaught, his expression hidden behind his helm, yet his posture spoke of a predator poised to strike.
Prepare the boarding parties. We will not let the traitors regroup.
Around them, the crew of Imperator's Wrath moved with disciplined urgency, their faith in the Emperor and their chapter master unshakable. The battle was only just beginning, and the true test of their resolve awaited on the surface of Kriegsmar IV.
All boarding torpedoes ready, my lord.
Reported a senior officer, his voice cutting through the din of battle preparations. Leonatos nodded, his thoughts already on the next phase of the battle.
Launch the torpedoes. Let us bring the Emperor's justice to these heretics.
As the torpedoes rocketed towards the beleaguered enemy ships, Octavius continued to feed tactical data to the chapter master.
Enemy ground forces are sizable, but lack cohesion. Our ground assault will tip the balance.
Leonatos turned to Octavius, his eyes burning with a fire that matched the fury of the battle outside.
On to the next phase, Magos. The Celestial Lions do not falter, and we do not forgive.
With the first barrage concluding, the stage was set for the descent of the Emperor's Wrath upon the planet below. The Celestial Lions, alongside the brave regiments of the Cadian 501st and Valhallan 88th, were ready to engage in a battle that would be etched in the annals of the Imperium forever. As the chapter drew to a close, Octavius recalibrated the sensors for the next phase of the operation. The ground assault was imminent, and the true measure of the heretics' resolve would soon be tested. The story of blood, valor, and sacrifice was just beginning, and the echoes of war would resound through the void and across the war-torn planet. Chapter 2. The Descent of Fury. The Skies Aflame. The battle for Kriegsmar IV raged on with unrelenting ferocity. Magos Dominus Octavius, ensconced within the command sanctum of the Imperator's wrath, monitored the descent of the Imperial forces. His voice, a chilling blend of the organic and the mechanical, narrated the unfolding chaos.
Top ships descending. Air superiority is contested but advancing.
The skies above the embattled planet roared with the engines of fighter squadrons and bombers, weaving through a deadly tapestry of flak and fire. Explosions bloomed amidst the aerial ballet, each a fiery petal of destruction. The atmosphere resonated with the thunderous report of anti-aircraft batteries, desperately trying to stem the tide of Imperial might. On the command deck, Chapter Master Leonatos watched the holographic displays intently, his gauntleted fists clenched in silent resolve.
Ensure our Valkyries make landfall, Octavius. The ground troops must secure a foothold.
Ground assault begins. As the first of the Imperial transports touched down, the ground assault began in earnest. Tanks and armored vehicles, emblazoned with the insignias of the Cadian 501st and the Valhallan 88th, rolled out onto the alien terrain. Their treads churned the soil of Kriegsmar IV, marking the land with the indelible scars of war. Space Marines, the elite warriors of the Celestial Lions, disembarked with disciplined urgency. Their armor, a cerulean blue that mirrored the chapter's heraldry, glinted under the war-torn skies. Bolters roared in unison, a chorus of death and retribution as they advanced upon the heretic lines. Octavius's unyielding voice echoed throughout the command sanctum.
Ground forces engaging. Resistance is fierce but disorganized.
His augmetic eyes scanned the feeds, calculating trajectories, assessing threats. The battlefield became a maelstrom of violence and valor. Laser gun volleys from the Imperial Guard clashed with the heretics' desperate counterfire. The Space Marines, embodiments of the Emperor's wrath, pushed forward, their bolters carving a path through the enemy ranks. Leonatos, observing the relentless advance, spoke with unwavering conviction.
Press the attack. The Emperor's foe shall find no quarter on this day.
The Cadian 501st and Valhallan 88th, though mere mortals compared to their Astartes brethren, fought with a bravery born of unshakable faith in the Imperium. Their commanders, barking orders amidst the cacophony of battle, directed their men with tactical acumen honed in countless conflicts.
Magos, relay the status of the Dreadnoughts,
commanded Leonatos, his tactical mind already anticipating the next phase of the assault.
Affirmative, Chapter Master. Dreadnoughts are prepared for deployment. Their presence will bolster our assault,
responded Octavius, his mechanical limbs whirring as he executed the command. The revered Dreadnoughts, ancient warriors entombed in hulking sarcophagi of adamantium and ceramite, were unleashed upon the battlefield. Their heavy weapons blazed, a testament to the might of the Adeptus Astartes. As the chapter drew to a close, the ground assault had taken a decisive turn. The Imperial forces, through sheer determination and superior firepower, began to push the heretics back. The skies, though still contested, bore witness to the indomitable spirit of the Emperor's servants. Yet, in the shadows of triumph, treachery lurked, biding its time to strike. The battle for Kriegsmar IV was far from over, and the true extent of the heresy remained veiled in enigma and deceit. Chapter 3, The Wrath Unleashed, the Dreadnought's March. The battle for Kriegsmar IV escalated into a crescendo of carnage and fury. Within the Imperator's wrath, Magos Dominus Octavius, his mechanical form an amalgam of ancient technology and arcane knowledge, orchestrated the deployment of the chapter's most revered weapons.
Dreadnoughts deployed. Their presence boosts morale. Enemy lines are breaking,
he reported, his voice a dispassionate symphony of man and machine. On the war-torn surface of Kriegsmar IV, the Dreadnoughts, ancient and venerable warriors of the Celestial Lions, marched forth. Encased in towering sarcophagi of adamantium and ceramite, these revered relics of the chapter strode through the enemy ranks like avatars of the Emperor's wrath. Their heavy weapons roared, unleashing hellfire upon the heretics. The very ground shook with each step, a testament to their unstoppable might. Chapter Master Leonatos, Invictor, observing the tide of battle turning, felt a surge of grim satisfaction.
Let the heretics witness the fury of the Emperor's chosen. No mercy, no respite,
he commanded, his voice cutting through the din of war. The battlefield transformed under the Dreadnought's onslaught. Where once the heretic forces had stood defiant, now there was only disarray and terror. The Space Marines, bolstered by the presence of these legendary figures, pushed forward with renewed zeal. Their bolters sang the song of death, a relentless chorus that mowed down the enemy. The tide turns. As the battle raged, the skies above Kriegsmar IV darkened with smoke and ash. The relentless bombardment of artillery from the Imperial Guard regiments, the Cadian 501st and the Valhallan 88th, painted a picture of apocalypse. Shells screamed across the battlefield, each impact a death knell for the heretics. Octavius, his augmetic sensors attuned to every shift in the battle, observed the chaos.
The enemy is retreating. Victory is within grasp, awaiting final command.
He intoned, his voice devoid of emotion yet laden with the weight of impending triumph. Leonatos stood amidst the cacophony of war, his gaze fixed on the holographic displays showing the heretic lines crumbling.
The time has come to end this. For the Emperor and for the souls of our fallen brothers,
he declared, his voice a beacon of resolve amidst the storm of war. The Imperial forces, sensing the weakening resolve of the heretics, intensified their assault. Space Marines, alongside their brethren in the Imperial Guard, advanced with relentless determination, cutting down any who dared stand against them. But as the chapter drew to a close, a sinister undercurrent lurked beneath the surface of the apparent victory. The Heretics' Retreat seemed almost orchestrated, hinting at a darker ploy yet to unfold. Octavius, his mind a nexus of data and strategy, could not shake the feeling that this battle was but a precursor to a greater, more ominous confrontation. Chapter 4. Sudden Betrayal. In the midst of what seemed like an imminent victory on Kriegsmar IV, a harrowing twist unfolded. Magos Dominus Octavius, aboard the Imperator's Wrath, was analyzing the battle's progression when a sudden aberrant data spike caught his attention.
Alert! We have traitors in our midst! Fleet compromised!
He announced, his mechanical voice betraying a hint of surprise. His optic sensors flickered rapidly as he processed the new information. High above the planet, amidst the victorious Imperial fleet, a volley of fire erupted unexpectedly, not from the enemy, but from within their own ranks. Several Imperial ships, their hulls emblazoned with the symbols of loyalty, turned their formidable weaponry upon their unsuspecting allies. Chapter Master Leonatos. Invictor, upon hearing Octavius's warning, clenched his fists in fury.
Treachery! Identify the traitors immediately, Octavius. We must respond with swift retribution,
he commanded, his voice a thunderous growl echoing the betrayal's shock. Chaos in the ranks. On the surface of Kriegsmar IV, the sudden betrayal sowed confusion and chaos among the Imperial ranks. Troopers and Space Marines, moments ago on the cusp of victory, now glanced skyward in disbelief. The skies, which had been a canvas of Imperial might, were now marred with the streaks of fratricidal fire. Octavius, with a speed that belied his mechanical form, adjusted the display to show the treacherous ships now turning their guns towards the planet's surface.
The traitors are targeting our ground forces. We must act swiftly to protect our troops,
he reported, his voice devoid of panic but filled with urgency. Leonatos, processing the gravity of the situation, issued his commands with cold precision.
All units, brace for impact. Defensive formations,
he bellowed. The Space Marines, trained for every eventuality, quickly adapted to the new threat, forming protective shields around the more vulnerable Imperial Guard units. The skies above Kriegsmar IV, once a symbol of Imperial supremacy, now rained down death upon the very soldiers they were meant to protect. Explosions rocked the ground, sending plumes of dirt and debris into the air as the traitorous bombardment sought to decimate the loyalist forces. Amidst this chaos, the Cadian 501st and the Valhallan 88th showed their mettle, maintaining discipline even as the skies betrayed them. Their commanders, shouting orders over the din of explosions, maneuvered their troops to minimize casualties. Leonatos, witnessing the carnage, gritted his teeth.
Octavius, we need a counter-strategy. The traitors must not prevail,
He demanded, his voice a beacon of defiance in the face of treachery. Octavius, his processors working at a frenetic pace, began coordinating a counterattack.
I am rerouting several loyalist ships to intercept the traitors. We will not allow this betrayal to go unpunished.
The battle for Kriegsmar IV had taken a grim turn. The loyalist forces, caught between the anvil of heresy on the ground and the hammer of betrayal from above, faced their darkest hour. Yet, amidst this treachery, the resolve of the Imperium's finest shone like a beacon of hope. Chapter 5. Clash in the Void. Reinforcements arrive. The battle over Kriegsmar IV, already a maelstrom of conflict and betrayal, intensified with the sudden arrival of reinforcements. Magos Dominus Octavius, his sensors attuned to every fluctuation in the void, announced the arrival of these new forces.
Reinforcements have arrived. Loyalist fleet engaging the traitors.
His voice resonated through the Imperator's wrath, a calm amidst the storm of war. The dark silhouettes of Imperial ships emerging from the warp cast a formidable shadow over the battlefield. Their arrival was a much-needed boon to the beleaguered Loyalist forces, a glimmer of hope in the dark tapestry of treachery. Chapter Master Leonatos, Invictor, his battle-worn armor reflecting the light of distant explosions, gazed upon the newly arrived fleet.
At last, reinforcements. We shall purge the traitors with fire and fury,
He declared, his voice a thunderous command that reverberated through the command center, the dogfight. Above the beleaguered planet, a fierce dogfight erupted between the Loyalist reinforcements and the traitor aircraft. The sky became an inferno of laser fire and missile trails, a deadly dance of Imperial Navy fighters clashing with the traitorous forces. Octavius observed the battle, his augmetic eyes flickering with each new development.
Our aerial superiority is being contested. Outcome uncertain.
He reported, his voice betraying no emotion despite the chaos unfolding. The dogfight was a whirlwind of skill, speed, and sheer determination. Imperial pilots maneuvered their craft with precision, dodging enemy fire while delivering their own deadly payloads. The traitors, emboldened by their initial success, fought back with a ferocity born of desperation and betrayal. Leonatos, watching the dogfight unfold, clenched his fists tighter.
Our pilots must prevail. The fate of Kriegsmar IV hangs in the balance.
So he stated, his tone resolute, unwavering in his faith in the Emperor and his forces. The battle for Kriegsmar IV had reached a critical juncture. The Loyalist forces, bolstered by the arrival of reinforcements, began to push back against the traitors with renewed vigor. The skies above the planet, once a scene of betrayal, now bore witness to the unyielding spirit of the Imperium's defenders. Yet amidst this renewed conflict, questions lingered. Who were the traitors, and what dark agenda drove them to such heinous betrayal? The answers lay hidden in the shadows of war, waiting to be uncovered. Chapter 6. The Emperor's Might. Ground Forces Rally. On the battered surface of Kriegsmar IV, amidst the ruins and the smoke, the Imperial Guard and Space Marines, under the banner of the Celestial Lions, regrouped with a resolve as unbreakable as adamantium. Magos Dominus Octavius, his voice a steady beacon amid chaos, announced,
Ground forces holding position, artillery providing cover.
The ground trembled under the relentless barrage of the Imperial artillery, targeting the treacherous forces with divine accuracy. The Space Marines, those paragons of the Emperor's wrath, formed a defensive perimeter, unyielding and formidable. The Cadian 501st and the Valhallan 88th, though battered, stood shoulder to shoulder with their Astartes brethren, their lace guns a constant stream of righteous fury. In the trenches and amidst the craters, the soldiers whispered prayers to the Emperor, their faith unshaken despite the treachery from above. Their eyes, hardened by war, were alight with the fire of determination, the final command. Aboard the Imperator's Wrath, Chapter Master Leonatos Invictor, clad in his ornate armor etched with tales of valor, stood beside Octavius. His gaze, piercing and resolute, surveyed the holographic displays, assessing the unfolding battle. With a voice that could command stars, he declared,
"All forces engage the traitor fleet. We fight for the Emperor."
Octavius, his mechanical hands a blur of motion, relayed the command with swift precision. The loyalist fleet, a behemoth of righteous vengeance, turned its full might towards the traitors. Lance strikes and macro cannon salvos lit up the void, a celestial storm of retribution. In the skies, the dogfight reached a fever pitch. The Imperial Navy fighters, their pilots exemplars of courage, danced a deadly ballet with the traitor aircraft. Each pass, each maneuver, was a testament to their skill and their unbreakable will. The traitor ships, once part of the Imperium's proud fleet, now found themselves outmaneuvered and outgunned. Their initial advantage, born of surprise and deceit, crumbled under the relentless onslaught of the loyalist reinforcements. Amidst the chaos of the dogfight, a lone Thunderhawk gunship, emblazoned with the insignia of the Celestial Lions, made a daring run at the traitor flagship. Its assault cannons blazed, a herald of the Emperor's fury as it breached the enemy's defenses. On the ground, the roar of battle was punctuated by cheers as soldiers and space marines witnessed the loyalist fleet's valiant efforts. The tide had turned, the momentum now firmly with the forces of the Imperium. As the traitor fleet began to falter, the truth behind their betrayal emerged. Intercepted transmissions revealed a heretical pact with dark powers, a desperate bid for power that had now come to naught. The final moments of the battle were a symphony of destruction. The traitor flagship, its hull breached and burning, succumbed to the might of the Emperor's fleet. The loyalist forces, both in the void and on the ground, let out a triumphant cry as the last of the traitors were vanquished. In the aftermath, Chapter Master Leonatos Invictor and Magos Dominus Octavius stood in the command center of the Imperator's Wrath, surveying the hard-won victory.
"The Emperor's light prevails, even in the darkest of hours,"
Leonatos proclaimed, his voice a solemn vow. The battle for Kriegsmar IV was over, but the war for the soul of the Imperium raged on. In this grim darkness, there was no end, only the eternal struggle against chaos and betrayal. But for now, the Emperor's servants could claim the end of the Kriegsmar IV campaign and its victory, a testament to their unyielding faith and valor.
Alright, and that was the short story. Siege of Kriegsmar IV. The audio on it, the voice generation does its best, but there was a little screw-ups. I also forgot that I put the title chapters or whatever, the sub-chapters, in there as well, which I didn't mean to do, because it sounded dumb, so I didn't want to do that, but I did, but I'm not going to fix it. I'm just going to upload it, because I don't. Well, this was just a quick little short story. I didn't put a lot of effort into it. It was, I did like it, it was fun to write, and the image generation for it came out pretty cool. The next story is going to be more of like I'm going to start writing it now. It's a kind of like a Dark Tide kind of thing. It's going to be an Underhive thing. I don't know. It's going to be like something like that. And then, you're going to be like an Imperial Guard. It's going to be first person. You're going to be them. You're going to be going through. It's going to be super dark. And then I don't know what the enemy is going to be, or what he's going to find, or what's going to happen. I don't know. I'll figure it out. All right. But thanks for listening, watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like, subscribe, comment. If you want your Grimdark or Warhammer-ish whatever story written, comment below, and we'll see. That'd be fun to write. I don't know. I need ideas, so let's go. What else? Yeah, no, that's it. It was just a quick little thing. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy the rest of your day.